One West, 125th Street. Look, y'all put y'all faith in presidents like they gon' change this country. Run the league and let y'all play cause y'all gon' make a money. Fuck Obama, he ain't come here on cargo slave ship. What the fuck he do for blacks in his administration? I'm waiting, pacing like a saint. Black, Hispanic, Native, they hate your ass the same. Paint Christ in they image, paint you as a slave. God ain't all love, scriptures say he hate. African soul niggas, they know we not the same. School to prison pipeline to get you off the streets. Put you in the cell toilet connected to the sink. Molested as a kid, she prostituted as a teen. The byproduct of Martin Luther King dreams. They just took the yoke off, my nigga, we ain't free. We living bleak in these wastelands of poverty. If you don't know the truth, then the lies sound promising. Prophecy, gift and the curse. Dylan started killing, they was sitting in church. Black folk forgave him, man, this shit is absurd. You should never love your enemy, that shit ain't gon' work. Yeah, fuck dying on your knees, you better die in glory. Man, I joined the UVK, taught me the art of warring. I took a nigga life like mine to be recognized. I feel that pain every day, it can't be reconciled. Pops banging, my sister a prostitute. My brother got life, and somehow I still found the truth. War ready, no cowards, no excuse. Fuck reparations, you can't bandage no open wounds. Blood on the leaves, body swing hung from a noose. I was on a run in Nashville and I found the truth. I called the school, classes being held by the shock on my life. I want to be a gangster like a cop. Do this for my brothers, real brotherhood. Everything we do, we got it out this book. My nigga, I can never be no African. UPK the only authorized acronym. I'm passionate about my brothers and sisters. We in hell, I ain't got nothing against them. That's another religion. If it ain't under your honor, Amy murdered Botham and got a hug from your honor. That's the way out for a coward in my observation. They don't fear the Lord, they indoctrinated. Wolves in sheep clothing, Joe Osteen. Real priests bringing back black royalty. One West on my headpiece, ranking order. Can't let them trick me off the streets, I gotta raise my daughter. I got brothers at the border ducking ice agents. I got the name change, it was life changing. My family thought it was a game, put on all black, they said I was going through a phase. It's more of us in jail than it was slaves. Chose by the Lord, we could never be the same. Soon as they born, the wicked go astray. They left the truth, they wasn't with us anyway. Niggas weak, they just saying anything to be truthful. We don't want no cowards anyway. Look, coronavirus, that's a plague. You don't get too much sleep when you waking up the dead. First camp, I cut off all my dreads. I took an oath when that oil hit my head. Niggas capping like they lids. I'm a priest, I never stick no fork in no pig. I was dead till I found out how to live. This brotherhood taught me how to be a man. I came back to my roots, I had to dig. A couple gaps I had to bridge. I got a rib, I'm married to this work. You wanna serve the Lord, he ain't in the Christian church. Came back to my roots, I had to dig. A couple gaps I had to bridge. I got a rib, I'm married to this work. You wanna serve the Lord, he ain't in the Christian church.
Don't have messed up, no. Bad news is to beat your home, nigga. Yeah. Go on, get on that ass real quick one time. 144, baby. Run that shit up, Trey.
They said you get on, you gon' represent, I said of course. Soon as they crank that beat, I ride that bitch just like a horse. She about to go dumb, yeah, bitch, me whole car. You ain't know they call me Obi-Wan, I come with the force. You gon' ride, yeah, of course, get it lit up like a torch. You even low on this Lord, so that bitch is either or. Yeah, I know them niggas ain't cut like that, I swear I'm to our core. Wait up, let me make a call right quick, I'ma start another war. I was hurting when she left, but I don't care about anymore. I need a Vaseline like my Nina Puffer bar. Took a Zoc, watch the dark. Matter of fact, lock the door. Any problem, let them come. We gon' snatch they soul like Shane Sharp. Put them out of service. keep them tools like Miss Hopper free. Try to hold me, it's way too late. I'm headed straight to the safe. Throw that one up like a trophy. I'm that nigga, ain't no debate. Told them boys we taking over. Call them up like set the date. This shit a piece of cake. Yeah, my bitches came from Whole Foods. Told them put on that top 3. Then bring me my house shoes. Don't make excuses, make moves. These niggas ungrateful, gotta show them UPK rules. I'm making hits like I can't lose. They said you get on, you gon' represent. I said of course. Soon as they crank that beat, I ride that business like a horse. She about to go dumb, yeah, bitch, me whole guard. You ain't know they call me Obi-Wan. I come with the force. You gon' ride, yeah, of course. Get it lit up like a torch. You either Lord or this Lord. Told that bitch it's either or. Yeah, I know them niggas ain't cut like that. I swear I'm to our core. Yeah, I just got off the call. I'ma start another war. Spit a plate up with my niggas. Get your knife and your fork. They ain't locked in with the cow. Then when you speaking to me for? Yeah, I just took the floor. Ain't no cowards in my campaign. They can't stop the campaign. Tell them bring the champagne. They know I'm a champion. They can see the outcome. Get them niggas bad. Got them tied down and out there. You can't do with them steppers. Niggas been down since day one. We run up the bands, bitch, like Dylan. They say you get on, you gon' represent. I said of course. Soon as they crank that beat, I ride that bitch just like a horse. Yeah, about to go dumb. Yeah, bitch, we whole guard. You ain't know they call me Obi-Wan. I come with the force. You gon' ride, yeah, of course. Get it lit up like a torch. You either Lord or this Lord. Told that bitch it's either or. I told you niggas, you ain't cut like that. I swear I'm to our car. And I just made the call. We gon' start another war. Yeah.
I got you. Let it ride real quick. Look.
City eyes. It's time to Bogart. My God, a real nigga. Cause he wasn't no flaw. Posted on the corner like a watchdog. Family secure. Got that shot in the closet by the mob ball. Fuck what they heard. Tell them it's all true. Be cautious. That foundation voltage and fall through. They gon' fall. Look, I keep this shit 50 times 2. Ain't no more heart in this game. I'm John Q. Colder than the avalanche. Way above average. Offense taste sweet. Told him make me an apple crisp. Left us in the valley full of bones. This where hope found. Child become a man. Dark sands get broke down. Riding through Evanston with Mark Quad. Telling me how the crackers turn his childhood to a ghost town. Poker stop, nigga. I lay that game down. I feel his pain cause nothing is the same now. Let my light shine like heaven through a rain cloud. Glock have a fit like my child, so tangent. Try to warn them niggas we bear arms like tarantulas. Them other niggas rap, I make anthems. I really seen profits under this banner. Made my enemies bow down on camera. Told my design I wanted black and white like a panda. I'm better than that nigga that sunk dirty Diana. Look, I move like a Brazilian, precious cargo. Spirit ancient, but I got a new semi-auto. Wave that bitch around like where's Waldo. Sleep if they won't, I cut through they Z's like I'm Zorro. Hate me for his name, so I gotta keep that steel clutch. Trust me, I'm not what you think. I squeeze till it click like Dorothy when the heels touch. The world got me dumb, I don't feel much. Ride around with Yaradon, just left the state bridge. Looking for a bitch better than Baby's kid. Remember I dropped Quiet Storm, I've been gone ever since. Still in the field, fuck them niggas on the fence, yeah. My love don't lie to me. Swing the iron like stamps and I can't let no holder lie to me. I don't feel these rappers, oh they lies is hypocrisy. Ain't no competition, ain't no rivalry. Niggas think I'm playing, I don't hear one word they saying. This shit light work. Think Muhammad one of us, he he might lose his life first. Circle up and stay alert. Another cop just stretch the nigga. He a demon, this that exorcism. Watch I bless the nigga. You took that oath in blood, then you know I'm gon' get active with you. Fuck the opposition, I see vision. Let me paint the picture. Rappers claim they spit, I ain't listening. Is in fact the if revenge was a woman, now I stroke that bitch like Jake. So Tower War, we gon' run the summer. It's gon' be historical. Thought they making plays, made them niggas call the audible. Ask who run this shit, but that question is rhetorical. Bitch, I'm the one, me cookies with the oil. I'ma get them crackers, hell, should've never kidnapped my family. I can't do that. Bet I be the last nigga standing. Do a life sentence for my niggas, pray you understand me. I might put a switch on this Glock and call it young baby. How you real trigger know them dots? You a bird feeder, claiming he a demon. What's a demon to a cold leader? What he saying something, I ain't hear him. This shit like it ain't about who got the gun, it's about who gon' up that pipe first. I turn a bad situation to a game changer. Bring soldiers from the dead, just raised up the chain frame. Shots, I'ma look like Aaron Jones when I run it. Never bite the hand that feeds you, you'll never get that hand back. He bitchin' about 10%, I don't wanna hear none of that. He dropping sword, fuck him, just make sure you get that cover back. Look around, he ain't with us, probably cause he never was. Now my chin like you with the angels for your brothers. Everybody wanna be Richard Porter, God kill him like Alpo. Play if he want, it's laying in the trunk like Lee Malvo. I'm a certified woman's ass nigga, I am not a toy. Hey, out with that hollow side, yeah, this the rim accord. Feel like Gullah Jack when I'm in Fayetteville, you feel your boy. Still about my brain, still I think that's all that I do. The way I get that boy lost, they gon' start to call him Elroy. Fuck his game, pop out on them demons like I'm Hellboy.
They killed, give me Isaiah 14 and 21. They did the same thing to my people. So you said that they put millions of my people. Should a murderer go to jail for murdering? Absolutely. Should a thief go to jail when he steals? Absolutely. Should a robber pay back the money he robbed? Absolutely. So why shouldn't the white man pay for what he did? That's right. That's right. One day you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a I'm in a hell of a hole, was never expected to grow. Just obstacle set in the road, that a result of me selling my soul. The story I'm telling is cold, but yet it's what everyone knows. The white man's the devil is known. America was never our home, only a place of captivity, save facility, hating, disfigure me. They claim that I'm lazy, be killing me. Maybe this slavery draining my energy. 400 years and counting, the trail of my tears is countless. Main fact that I'm here is astounding, but I can't wait till this shit is surrounded. Ready to tangle my king and the angel, be ready to rap. Cracking the sky, nuclear missiles will make it official. I'm capturing every cracker surviving. Put them all in chains where they need to be, slavery for me. And let the whole world see that with them in the cage and safer in the streets. Put the dog on a leash, get resolved for the beast. 144, get the ruler show, we could all be at peace. As soon as the trumpets are sound, your kingdom we busting it down. The only way justice is found, the time for your judgment is now. You'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. 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 Look, ain't no remorse in my blood, Slim. It won't be no compromise. Now it's time to feed the worms. Watch his body turn to flies. I clutch iron white
The next Glock I buy gon' be Gen 5, I get it customized. And sending shots off like farewell. Praying payback come back around like a carousel. Still remember your Honda's words ringing in my head like bells. Said you in this body, you fit a Lord, fuck the cartel. Triangle choke, apply pressure to the game like I did Vondale. Payback's a bitch in a dress, she a bombshell. Revenge is served cold, I just hope they make an oxtail. Glock fresh out the box, I swear it got that new car smell. Made myself a target in the world of mad shooters. That was designed fire for our babies to pass through. In the damn by King's reign, I'll be overzealous. They bought my jealous, I bought brand new parabellums.
Someday you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog.
Yeah, on 44 shit, you know what I mean? Busy man. Look, when that shit drop, you step all the way on their neck, step on their neck and their head with that shit. Fine then, I ain't show no mercy, we gon' show them boy what time it is. I pop out like I'm Samuel, I got time to kill. Haters thought I died, I survived, they don't know how I did it. Got it out the mud, straight to glory, they don't know how I feel. He nice, but he don't show them skills, how I show them skills. He ride, but he don't work the wheel, how I work the wheel. They mad, I'm too solid, circle tight, yeah, vacuum seal. No, they want my life, I ain't worried, I got rank for real. I got real soldiers, kill for me, nigga, watch yourself. They say you been in beast mode lately, you is not yourself. When you dropping that fire, precious marriage, they inquiring. They can't stop what's coming, but I see them conspiring. Cross the line, them firing. This bitch here, finna break the spin. No kindness, I don't trust you, circle small. You can keep your features. Me and my niggas don't keep no secrets. In the feel like Jeepers Creepers. Say they want some smoke, dawg. Try I brought these chimney sweeps. Coming like we coming, you can't even cap. These niggas don't run it like we run it, bitch, don't even start. Bitch, I'm with my niggas till the end, till them do us part. So if you wanna leave, you can leave, bitch. Bless your heart, fine then. I ain't show no mercy, we gon' show them boy what time it is. I pop out like I'm Samuel, I got time to kill. Haters thought I died, I survived. They don't know how I did it. Got it out the mud, straight to glory. They don't know how I feel. He nice, but he don't show them skills, how I show them skills. He ride, but he don't work the wheel, how I work the wheel. Ooh, I got him mad, circle tight, yeah, back and seal. I heard they want my life, I ain't worried, I got rate for real. Take over in effect, yeah, I'm fully focused. You might not see it on me, just know it's women, that bitch fully loaded. Ooh, yeah, we up and rolling. Told them I need major motion. Think I'm joking, I'ma school them niggas like they baby Jody. Got it out the dust, now I'm too clean, don't know why they hate me. What you want out life, dawg? Guns and butter, baby boy. You PK top, dawg. Certified road runner. I'ma turn that econ line into a damn tank. I got chopper stash in the attic like they Anne Frank. They had that shit on lock till I snapped on them like bolt cutters. You cannot play both sides, gotta choose your colors. See him throwing that one up with that W, that's my blood, bro. Fine then, I ain't show no mercy, I'm gon' show them boy what time it is. I pop out like I'm Samuel, I got time to kill. Haters thought I died, I survived. They don't know how I did it. Got it out the dust, straight to glory. They don't know how I feel. He nice, but he don't show them skills, how I show them skills. He ride, but he don't work the wheel, how I work the wheel. Ooh, I got him made, circle tight, yeah, back and seal. Said they want my life, I ain't worried, I got rank for real. Damn! Killing motherfuckers. Stand over him, shoot him in the face. Say, dog. Hey, listen, bro, you don't know me. I be this bitch tripping.
one west till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. One west till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. They ain't scaring me. Rip the soul out of Pharisee. Speaking heresy, it get you fucked up apparently. It's like they daring me. I said chill, they ain't hearing me. They ain't listening. Every bar nitroglycerin. Hit your heart, bring it back to start, make you live again. Get them dividends or we start getting ignorant. I be on that soldier shit. I told you shit phenomenal. Nah, but he abdominal. So what you suckers trying to do? Rhyming comical, guess it's funny until I'm bombing you. Bring apocalypse to them pussy niggas that's popping shit. Team of all-stars, I coach them up like I'm Popovich. Fuck the politics and the lobbyists and apologists. They vagina, so we gon' check them like gynecologists. It's kinda obvious how the situation is ominous. The way I vomit this and regurgitate for the audience. They start applauding this cause the competition is fraudulent. From the era where niggas smoke you up like a parliament. The flow been stupid, shit has gotten retarded since all the dominance of one west rising to prominent. Cause I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. They want a nigga quiet, mute my maneuvers, but I ride like I got Groupon for Uber. Rhymes hard like they been viewed by Medusa. 9 milli Luger, 17 in the Ruger. Only need a few to sit up in your medulla. Obligata for the regatta, niggas wildin', they win every dollar. They riding by in black Impalas, let the semi holler. The showstopper been as proper since the teeny bopper. But now I'm growing them off Patron, a premium of vodka. I put extensions on the Glock, modified the chopper. The swore heavy, war ready, and that's working mama. No marijuana, say I got the loudest silence on it. When I'm up on it, ain't no rapper do it like I do it. A lot of spitties and writers, but when they heat's on, none of them can get to the fire. Around with me, and I had a nigga spin like a tire. Down the D, and I'm still dope as a piper. Every bar burn hard like a spoon with a lighter. Fuel to igniter, I'm winning, coming through with the title because UP. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me.
We good? Shalom, Israel. Welcome to the Brotherhood class. The Isupk Chicago under commanding Junior Hunter. Start out of 1 West, 121st Street, New York. In 1969, we are the only Israelite school authorized by the Lord to teach this Bible, to teach this truth. Make sure you come get with the only school authorized to teach this Bible, to teach this word of the Lord, because not everyone's authorized to do that, man. So, but today, of course, is 9/11 car. I got my mighty man, Officer 1000, newly raised officer, 1000 car.
Sign crash.
Out here with me holding it down. Today we're going to be talking about 9/11. 9/11, of course, is a big, tremendous day in America's history. It's a horrible, heinous day that happened and went down. But there's something worse than 9/11 that's going on today. that's been going on for the last few centuries, and we're going to talk about it. Now, before we get into the subject, before we get into that topic, let's get any questions online. You got any questions concerning to the topic of brotherhood, or just a general question, you can put it down below, and we'll get to it as soon as we see it. Please make sure to like, share, and comment on all the videos. It helps spread the word of the Lord that we do here in Isupk County Command and Honor. And if you're not in class or paying tithes, it's the least you could do. My humblest of opinion. That's just me, though. We got anything yet, Carl? Are we good? As far as course,
we can check one more time, so
you good. Now's your time. We're gonna be looking at these questions thoroughly throughout the class, but just to make sure we ain't missing anybody, we're gonna take a look at them right now. Again, this is the Brotherhood class. Brotherhood is so important to Blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians today in America. Why? Because we forgotten what brotherhood is. We not only have we forgotten what brotherhood is, we're anti-brotherhood. Right. We're anti-Black. We're anti-Hispanic. We're anti-Native American. And we don't even realize it because we're in all these different creeds, religions, societies, orders, clubs, Boy Scouts, whatever y'all niggas calling yourselves nowadays. Like y'all in every goddamn thing that is divisive towards your people. You know, like I can't stand when a cat comes up to me, especially if you're a Black or Hispanic or Native American, they tell me they're Freemason. I just stare at them, Carl. I just be like, you feel accomplished by that. You feel like you were 24, 21, whatever you are, looking like a goddamn idiot with them white boys. You feel like you've done something in life. You know what I mean? And you think you made yourself up in the hierarchy. You better than other Black people. You better than other Hispanic people because you in some kind of lodge or society, man, which is just nonsense. It's the same way Christians, the same way of the Christian mindset, the same way of these Greek fraternities. That's why we got to get away from them. You gotta exile yourself from every other organization that does not deal with the law, statutes, and commandments of your God.
that's right.
As Blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians, we forgot the way of our God. Why have we forgotten the way of our God? Because we forgot the two mightiest commandments that Christ told us about. Number one, love thy Lord thy God with all thy mind, heart, and soul. And number two, love thy brother as you love thyself.
Right.
He said, no two greater commandments are greater than this. And we forgot those, man. We forgot how to love Black people. We forgot how to love our Hispanic brothers. We forgot how to love the Native American Indians.
Right.
Instead, we love America. We give a damn about 9/11. 9/11 car, man. They said 3,000 people died that day. That's horrible. Honestly, that's horrible, man. There's some horrible things happened that day. A lot of innocent people did not deserve to die that day.
Right.
Here's the thing America doesn't realize. There will be more 9/11s. There will be more terrorist attacks. There will be more death all across America. And it's not going to be done by Black people or Hispanic people, Native American people. It's going to be done by your enemies. And God's going to unleash it on you. Why? Because you have shown no mercy to Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. Grab me the book of Hosea, if you could, brother. Chapter 4, verse 1. Because what we don't realize, Blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians, through us losing our way, through us not being able to find our identity, the one person in this earth that is responsible for it, I almost cussed. The one person in this earth, the one slimy greaseball pig snake bastard and responsible is your oppressor here in America.
Right.
Ronald Reagan, Christopher Columbus, George Bush, all these cats that you thought were so great. Bill Clinton, forget about it, Carl. He could play the saxophone, man. He smoked weed. Man, that cat, man, he was, what they said? They say he was Black. Wasn't he? He was the real first Black president.
Salakia, sir, if I could.
Yeah.
The crazy part is that when they were saying he's just like a Black person, it wasn't because of just the instrument. It was more about the smoke and the weeds.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Like, we so carnal minded, we look at another person like, man, he smoked weed, man. He's one of us. And we thinking weed is black culture when it ain't nothing, got nothing to do with blacks, Hispanics, or Native Americans.
Right.
Especially Native Americans, man. You can't get them off anything. They be there saying, looking at you, come from the earth. Mother Earth gave to, the medicines, man. I'm like, man, I'm not trying to hear that, man. There's laws, statutes, and commandments we are to live by. And because we haven't been living by them for the last 500 years, that's why we're in the condition we are today.
Right.
And that's why this beast is able to live over us. And nowadays, everybody wants to remember 9/11. Everybody remembers the deaths of 3,000 people, of 3,000 Americans. But no one remembers the death of over 99 million North American Indians for the colonization of America. No one wants to remember the 100 million black people that died on the transatlantic slave trade on the ride over here. No one wants to remember that. No one wants to remember the 100 millions of Hispanics that died during the time of Columbus.
Right.
Nobody wants to remember this. It said when Columbus first came to America, it said it was about the size. So they said the bomb in Hiroshima and Nagasaki, they killed around 100 to 300,000 people. They said by the time Christopher Columbus came into the Americas, it was like 10 bombs that were dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki were dropped on America. That's how much damage he did to the population here in America of the natives. And yeah, black people, Hispanic people, Native American people, we want to pretend like our suffering no matter why, because we put the suffering of our oppressors on a pedestal. That's why you sit here and you cry 9/11. A lot of us did lose family members that day. And our hearts go out to those brothers and sisters, man. But the fact of the matter is this: 9/11 happened because America deserves judgment. America deserves judgment. That's the fact of the matter is. You want to know why they deserve judgment? Because America has too much blood on their hands.
Right.
They have the blood of black people, Hispanic people, Native American people. And no one bats an eye, man. Not even our so-called religious leaders. Look at the Christian church. Look at our Native American chiefs and elders. No one cares when it comes to our suffering. Right. Even the people we paid to give a damn.
Right.
They don't give a damn.
Right.
And that's the problem. God's going to force you to give a damn. God's going to show you, I'm fighting for my people. The same way he did in Egypt, the same way he did in Babylon, the same way he did to the Romans. He's going to show America that I'm fighting for my people. I care what happens to black people. I care what happened to the Hispanics. I care what happened to the Native Americans. Go ahead, Carl. You have something you want to say, brother?
Kind of, if I could, sir. What you bringing out is so heavy as far as like the blood that's on America's hands and them not caring, and we don't care ourselves. It's so crazy because we in a day and age where technology is right there at your fingertips. Like people come up to us all the time while we out on the corner putting the truth out, teaching the truth. They come up saying, oh, go do this, go get a job, do this, do that, and the other. Never listening to what we saying and saying, you know what, let me go and Google this.
Right.
Let me go and see if it's any truth to what these brothers out here saying. They'd rather be Googling something that don't got nothing to do with nothing.
Right.
At the end of the day. How much tail can you watch? How many times can you just look at the same chicks twerk? How many times can you watch brothers just show you how much money they got and you have none? I mean, all these carnal things that we into on the internet, how many times do you got to see that before you say, you know what? Let me look up some of this information. Let me see. You know what? Because them brothers, they piss me off when I walk past. Let me see if they telling the truth.
Right.
Instead, they come right past, smoking a blunt, whatever. Oh, get a job. All this going down the street, trying to conform to the very people that hate your guts, and you still sit at their doorsteps and wait for crumbs.
That's the point. And that's exactly what Carl Carr is saying is so heavy, man, because the scriptures talk on that the wise seek knowledge and fools hate it.
Right.
Fools hate to hear it, man. They rather live in their own life, their own fantasy, and not deal with reality. I know reality is a scary thing, man. People die in reality. That's right. You know what I mean? Reality is a crazy thing. 1 minute you up, the next minute you down. 1 minute you got a wife, the next minute you don't. You know what I'm saying? 1 minute you got a good working car, the next minute you're getting repoed. That's reality. And I know as Black and Hispanic people and Native American people, our reality is so horrible, man. We don't want to live in it. That's why we get high. That's why we numb ourselves with so much alcohol. That's why we sleep with all these women and throw them away. That's why all these women sleep with all these men. You know what I mean? Like, I got to bring it up. The sister, Sexy Red, everybody's giving her so much trash, and you know what Israel deserves? She's doing some horrible, disgusting, and the music's not even good. You know what I'm saying? Like, if the music was good, you could get away with it. You know what I'm saying, Carl? You know, she's saying some trash, but she got some bars. She don't even got bars, man. You know what I'm saying? So, but here's the thing. She went in an interview, right? She said, I was molested at 13 years old, right? And no one cared. On bad eye. They said, let's move on from that. Straight up, she brought out she was molested. In one of her songs, she said, I lost my virginity and then I turned into a hoe. That's her escaping reality. That's what we don't realize. She got molested. That's when her virginity was taken from her. And to her, that sister, and to many sisters out there, her body was all she needed, was all she had. So to try to take back her body, she sleep with every man in the world. Sister says she damn near got gonorrhea 3 times in a row. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the condition we live in. You want to know why? Because reality is so scary. Reality is terrifying. If she doesn't sleep with all those men, she has to deal with the man that molested her. You know what I'm saying? She has to deal with all the pain and suffering from that traumatic accident. Now, if she sleeps with all these men, now she has control of her body. She says to herself in her mind. That's what the drug addicts do. You know, I can't control my job. They make me work every day, all day, every day. You know what I'm saying? I can't control my wife. I can't control my kids. But you know what I can't control? This blunt in my hand. You know what I'm saying? How many brothers, man? I can't control a wife. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna drink till I can't even think about it no more. And that's the condition we live in. Brothers want to live blind, and that's the scripture we're gonna go into. If you could, brother.
Come. This is the book of Hosea, chapter 4, verse 1.
Go ahead.
Hear the word of the Lord.
Hear the what?
Hear the word of the Lord.
That's what we have to get back to. We have to get back to the words of the Lord. We ain't gonna do this by following the Quran. The Quran's garbage. You can see if you a black man, you ain't gonna get in there talking Egyptology. Egyptology is for gay men and pedophiles. I don't know what more y'all need to see. Like, the Egyptology community is not here to help you. Neither is any of these religious orders, these governments, creeds, unions, whatever you want to call yourselves. These aren't here to save you. Only this book, only this Bible, which is your history book, the records of Blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians, only this is going to be able to help you. Go ahead.
Come. Hear the word of the Lord.
Go ahead.
Ye children of Israel.
You,
Ye children of Israel.
Blacks, Latinos, Native American Indians, you that have suffered so much in this land. Go ahead.
For the Lord hath a controversy with the inhabitants of the land.
He has a controversy with the inhabitants of the land. Now, can you break down, brother, what controversy means?
So like it, sir, if I could, like the Lord is saying, like, man, I got a problem. This is an issue.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's basically what it's saying.
He's saying, I got a problem with the inhabitants of the land, with the inhabitants of this earth. Now, let's see why he got a problem. Go ahead.
Come. Because there is no truth, nor mercy.
There's what?
No truth.
Go ahead.
Nor mercy.
There's no truth and no mercy. Here in America, there's no truth here. They tell lies. They tell you that the Native American Indians came here from a land bridge, right? Then they just had a little Thanksgiving ceremony and just gave all the land to white people. They said, you know what, man, y'all so great. This land is my land. It's your land. Like, that's the lie they tell you. They sit there telling you lies at Thanksgiving while you standing there eating, dressing pumpkin pie, cranberry sauce, You sitting there celebrating with your family, thinking you doing some great family occasion when you celebrate the death of your brothers in Native Americans.
Right.
They tell you black people, remember, you can't teach critical race theory now. So black people, it was a chosen migration. Y'all chose to come here and, and that was it. Y'all chose to work for free and y'all chose to get your backs whipped and, and that was it. The Hispanics chose to have their babies bashed on rocks like this. Like this is the lies that is in this land. There's no truth here in America. There's no truth about anything. Like you have black and Hispanic people, Native American people walking around not knowing their history. Right. They can't tell you who they were before America came into existence and they were colonized. They can't tell you who they were prior to being invaded by these devils. Like they can't tell you who they were prior to being enslaved. Like before you were black, before you were Negro, before you were African American, who were you? Niggas got ideas. Oh man, we were Moors. We sovereign people, car. The Native Americans, man. We Asians, man. Yeah, like, that's why we like kung fu so much. They see some Bruce Lee movies now. They think they Jackie Chan or something. I don't know. I don't know. Like Double Dragon. I don't know what they be seeing, car. That they like. You know what? Like that's where it comes from, really. You Native Americans that say you related to the Asians, y'all just fall in love with anime and them fighting jutsu movies, man. All that's make believe. The toughest brothers in the hood and the reservation can knock Bruce Lee out. I'm telling you right now. I'm putting Mike Tyson up with him, man. Brothers always just say that in the world, like, man, Tyson or Bruce Lee, and cats would ride for Bruce Lee. Tyson would mess him up. If they was alive today and that happened, Tyson would destroy. I'm telling you right now, Blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians, but you think of yourself so low because you don't have a heritage. You don't have an identity. You don't have your culture anymore because there's no truth in this land and there's no mercy. What's the proof there's no mercy? We're in 2023, car, and people are still getting lynched. Brothers are still getting murdered by the police.
Right.
The Native Americans are 5% of the population, but number one in suicide, number one in alcohol abuse, excuse me. But everybody wants to go help Africa. Everybody wants to go help the Ukraine. Where's the help for the reservations, the ghettos and the barrios? The people that built this land get no reparations. When cats talk about it, they get booed like they trying to start World War III. You know what I'm saying? Like people be like, I think black people just need to be recompensed for their time here in America. You don't need, brothers even say, they be like, you don't need to give us 40 acres and just a little check. Man, white people be foaming at the mouth. It's like you told them like, I don't know. It's like you told them like Santa Claus don't exist. Like I don't know. Like they lose it at the talk of reparations, at the talk of forgiveness, at the talk for mercy. In this land here in America, there's no mercy. So why do you think God is gonna have mercy on you? You say so much in God we trust. God bless America. God ain't gonna bless you. God ain't gonna bless you for all the crimes you're doing here. Right. And then the worst part, car, is not only are they doing it to the Lord's people, that's the worst, mightiest thing. But like they not only are they overkilling us, they killing the wildlife. Like the polar bear is about to go extinct, car. I like polar bears. You know what I mean? The white rhinos are gone. The tiger is about to go. You don't even know what a dodo bird is. That thing gone. Platypus damn near gone. Like all these creatures the Lord has made. Like if it were like black Latinos and Native Americans, we got to realize if Christ isn't coming back, we're gonna go extinct. That's what we got to realize. Right. Brother, you have something you want to say?
Yeah, if I could, sir. What you were saying was so heavy about like the oppressor actually foaming at the mouth if you bring up anything as far as forgiveness or reparations. For them to react like that, that tells me that they know that they're guilty of something. Because no one acts out of anger if they're just totally oblivious to what happened. Nobody just get mad when you try to blame them for something where they know they had nothing a part of. And these oppressors, this is what they will never tell you that they keep amongst themselves. They discuss what their ancestors done to us. They really do. And when they come across us at camp, it just illustrates a picture in their mind, and they just can't take it, like you said. They want to try to play the, well, I didn't have slaves game. But at the end of the day, you're reaping the benefits of the bag.
That's the point.
That's all.
I give the example like this all the time. Let's say I go do home invasion, right? Well, the family is 6. I'm not going to do this. I'm saying somebody out in the world goes commit a home invasion in a very nice house with a family of 6, kills everybody in the house except one person, keeps the person locked in the basement for years on end, right? Enslaves them in their own house, but every day gives them crumbs, gives them little pieces, cabbage here, a peanut here, a cracker here. Then when it finally comes years later for them to celebrate their holidays, their Christmas, come up here, man. Yeah, you want to celebrate Christmas with us? Come celebrate Christmas. Come celebrate Thanksgiving. Come celebrate, New Year's Eve with me. Come remember when my family died. I killed yours, but come remember, this is 9/11. This is the day my family died. If the day that man gets found, guess what? He's going to jail. He's going to jail for murder, for killing all those people in that house. He's getting killed for kidnapping, holding hostage. Like, this is federal trial. When we're talking about 2 individuals, now when it comes to a nation-on-nation crime, people want to act like it doesn't exist. Like, justice is just a make-believe concept. You get what I'm saying? But when it was Jewish people in the Holocaust, they died, guess what, Carl? About 11 million. That's the maximum estimated amount. About 11 million Jewish people died in the Holocaust, right? For 100 million black people compared to 11 million. And that's just on the boat ride over here. We're not counting Jim Crow, actual slavery, them in the cotton fields. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And when we talk about the Native Americans, it estimated 77 million once Columbus left. We're not talking about after the settlers came and they went to war with the Native Americans. When we talk about 100 million Hispanics, that's after Columbus left. We're not talking about all the way up to now. And they want to sit here and cry about 9/11. They want to sit here and cry about the Holocaust. And y'all do. Y'all got every right to. That's your family. But y'all should not sit here when blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, when it's our time. Thanksgiving is a day of mourning. It's not a day of celebration.
Right.
It's not a day for you to be happy and joyful. They slaughtered you that day. July 4th is a day for you to be mournful because they slaughtered you that day. Today, who gives a damn about 9/11, man? And here we will forget 9/11, but we'll never forget the brotherhood amongst blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. And that's what Christ commanded us to have. That's what Christ died for. Christ died so blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans can love each other once more. And that's the beauty of the scriptures. If you could, brother, continue.
Come. For the Lord hath a controversy with the inhabitants of the land.
Yeah, what?
A controversy with the inhabitants of the land.
What?
Because there is no truth, nor mercy, nor knowledge of God in the land.
There's no truth, there's no knowledge of God in the land. How do you know that? The Lord's holy days aren't respected here.
Right.
You're about to have a high holy day. What is it, this Friday or next Friday, Carl?
I believe it's this Friday. So
this Friday, we about to have a high holy day. The upcoming weeks, we get Lord's Passover, everything. We got a whole high holy day chart. All holy days that the Lord respects. It's all throughout the Bible, but they aren't respected. You know what's respected here? Ishtar, Easter. You know what's respected here? Halloween. That's respected.
right.
But the knowledge of the Lord in this land is not respected. You want to know how I know, Carl? Because they letting 2 men get married. They let 2 women get married. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all love to talk science. Like these cats that love to debate us about the Bible, they love talking science. Well, you know, according to the hypotenuse of Einstein, you know, two things cannot coincide at the same time. So if God was really by himself, who created God? This how they be saying, man. Who created God? You know what I'm saying? But then they're gonna sit here and look at me in the eye and be like, yeah, two women can get married. Because if they have sex, nothing happens. But you know, love is love. You know, two men can get married, you know, and do what they do, and nothing gonna happen. But love is love. But then when we say, well, a man can have multiple wives, and if he has sex with each one of them women, a baby's gonna get made naturally. No surgery, no nothing. A baby's gonna happen. That's science. But then that's the knowledge of the Lord. There's no knowledge of the Lord. There's no common sense in the land today.
Right.
Go ahead, brother.
Now, if I could, what you said is so heavy because I was just in a discussion yesterday with a brother asking me about science. And he said, do you believe in science? I said, I don't believe in science, but I believe of science because things actually is science. The problem with people that try to compare science with the Most High, they make science their God.
That's the problem.
And you can't make science a God. You, of course, I went to science. I had science classes like we all did. So there are things that scientifically you can physically do. It doesn't make you a God. That's the problem, that people want to compare science to God, and you can't. You just can't. Some things you will never. You cannot design a bird. You can't do it. You can't design a shark. You can't do it. Let it go.
That's a hard one for them to let go. But you know what I'm saying? Like, this is what they want to debate about, because there's no knowledge of the Lord in this land. Like, if there was knowledge, you wouldn't be doing the harm you're doing to his people.
Right.
To anybody. Like, this is like, y'all going overboard. Like, we ain't even, like, let's say we prisoners of war, we enemies, we went to war with y'all. Y'all going overboard. We 5 centuries later, we 500 years later, and you're still mistreating us. You still got us in captivity. You don't give us no land. You don't give us no rights. Look how they're treating the Hispanic brothers and the brothers that are immigrants here at the police stations. Here they are at the subway stations. Everybody's complaining about it. Everybody got something to say. But no one was complaining when the damn Ukrainians was coming over here and they was getting goddamn paid, man. Right. They was getting paychecks. No one batted an eye. No one batted an eye when the goddamn Saudis came over here, the Palestinians, them goddamn towelheads came over here, and they was getting paid, and you was at war with them for over 50 years in the goddamn Middle East.
Right.
But then the Hispanics come over here, and you got something to say. You got something to say about the Salvadorians, about the Mexicans, about the Guatemalans. Well, all they do is love this goddamn country, man. All they do is love America, man. All they do is mop your floors. All they do is cook your food. All they do is want your love, man. And you hate them for it. America finally opens their doors and lets some of them in, and look how they treat them. Treat them like the scum of the earth on the street, man. America, you got hell to pay. Give me the book of Jeremiah if you could, brother. Give me the book of Jeremiah, chapter 50, verse 33. This is one of my favorite verses. This is why you can't feel bad for America. I don't feel bad. When 9/11 comes, I ain't gonna lie, I gotta fight my inner self, because I heard an old One West story of when General Hyman and Commander General Holland was at the 9/11. They was a block up the street when a week after 9/11 happened, teaching camp. They said when they heard it, they was down there laughing, bro. I'm just telling you what I heard. They said they was down there saying, ha, 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 sucks to be you. You know, like, these brothers was something. I'm trying to be better as they ordered me to, and to hold my composure. But that's how I really want to do, y'all, man. Because the way y'all celebrate Thanksgiving, The way y'all celebrate the 4th of July.
Right.
It irks me. That's our 9/11. That's our downfall. That's our slaughter. Y'all sit up here so proud and evil. Like y'all sit up here without remorse and mercy in the world, and you sit up here like y'all the kings of the earth, man. You sit up here like you're so clean, and you're filthy, America. You're filthy for the crimes of your ancestors.
Right.
You should be scared. You should live in constant fear. You want to know why? Because little black boys have to live in constant fear. They live in constant fear when they see a police officer.
Right.
You wonder, man, little black mothers worry about sending their sons to school because they don't know if another brother gonna kill them or a police officer's gonna kill them. You know what I'm saying, Carl? Like the Native American children that are in such low self-esteem, Carl, they kill themselves, man. In such a depressional state. You gotta think about what that does to a person. To be living in a land that you see another man get rich that you know belongs to you. Imagine that the story I said earlier, the simile I said earlier, that someone that you built a house, car, and someone breaks in and holds you hostage and they reap your benefits. They sitting in your pool, they in your shower, they sitting on your toilet, sleeping in your bed, and you outside tied up like a dog. That's what they did to the Native Americans. You slaughtered all of them, beat them till they accepted your ways. And then guess what you did? You threw them on reservations, on the lowliest corners of the earth, then flooded the reservations with drugs and alcohols, just like you did the ghettos and barrios.
Right.
And then you look at these people and say, man, why are they so lazy? What's wrong? Why don't they get a job? You know, like they speak so much evil against blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians. When you're at fault, America. If you see something wrong with black people, it's your fault. You see something wrong with Hispanics, it's your fault. You see something wrong with the Native Americans, it's your fault. And this ain't no what they like to call it. They like to call it, white people got a word for it. Oh, white guilt. There ain't no white guilt. This is truth. This is truth. This is history. You can look it up, man. Your own scientists proved it. That if there's something called generational trauma, that your great ancestors went through something, through your DNA and genetics, it can get passed down to you. So if your great-great-great-grandmother was raped, that rape trauma can be passed down to you.
Right.
So imagine all the years of enslavement, all the years of the boarding schools, all the years of the murder, rape, and robbery. And you looking at the ghettos and barrios and reservations and wondering why they can't get right? Because America hasn't done right by them.
I'm right.
Boy, give me that scripture if you could, bro.
Come. The book of Jeremiah, chapter 50 and verse 33.
Go ahead.
Thus said the Lord of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together.
They were what?
Oppressed together.
The children of Judah, being the so-called Negroes, West Indians. The children of Israel, being the blacks, being Native Americans, so-called Native Americans, and Latino tribes. They were oppressed together. It's talking about here in America today. We are oppressed together in this land.
Right.
No one suffers like us. Like, I don't understand it. We always want to put everybody in our business. We want to throw the Africans in there. We want to sit next to the Chinese. We want to sit next to the Arabs. But they don't suffer like you do.
Right.
The Arabs got to come over here, car. They was all hopping on that plane, falling off to get here. You want to know why? Because they knew they was going to get paychecks, dog. Car, they knew they was going to get paid. You get what I'm saying? Go ahead.
It's like if I could, the footage of them, it looked like something like a Walking Dead movie or something, how they were clinging on to an actual plane, not even thinking that, once this plane gets up in the air, your life is over. But they knew that they had conformed to Americans' customs and values so much that when they people retook over, they knew they were going to be punished. because they were the main people turning on their own people. Like you brought out earlier, that was so heavy. Everybody wants to celebrate 9/11. Everybody wants to care about what America do. Oh, come and celebrate New Year's with me. Come and celebrate Christmas with me. And when we do that, like you said, we forget about our own suffering, our own damage. And you know, it's sad. And like, I don't think they understand what it means to be sad and angry together. I don't think they understand that. I don't think because they haven't suffered the sadness. You know, that was terrible what happened with 9/11 and things like that. But at the end of the day, you didn't lose a culture. Like, you can track back, Mr. Oppressor. You can track back. You can go all the way through, and you can track back, and you know exactly who you are. You know, when it comes to the blacks and the natives and the Latinos, we can't. We get cut right off at who conquered us.
That's the point. That's the point, Cargo. What the brother bringing out is so heavy, man. Priest and Officer Carr, man, amazing brother. What he's saying is so heavy because that's the problem. Like, and the thing is, they got no compassion about it. And we want to sit here and feel bad for 9/11. We want to sit here and shed tears. You know, Pearl Harbor comes around the 7/7. The cats be out there for that. Like, you don't even know when Pearl Harbor happened, man. Like, what are you sitting there? Like, you thinking it happened in the 60s? It was in the 40s. Like, what you sitting here crying for? You know what I'm saying, Carr? And like, what's so evil, even about that, there's so much evil. I'm lost for words because there's so much evil. We could talk about the Iraqi-Afghanistani war, where y'all invaded Iraq, looking for weapons of mass destruction, claiming that they were responsible for 9/11. Right. But guess who was on the front lines when they went in there? Niggas, spicks, and savages. They was on the front line just like they always were. And then guess what? Not only that, George Bush signed the Patriot Act. Right? After the towers fell and they went to war, they signed the Patriot. They needed so much soldiers, they needed to expedite men out into the Middle East. You gotta remember, they were saying tens of thousands of men out into the Middle East, right? So they needed more soldiers. So they said, if you're an illegal immigrant, they did this to target the Hispanics. If you're an illegal immigrant and you go and serve 4 years in the United States military, any branch, we will give you documentation. We'll give you family green cards. You know how many brothers and sisters went out there and shed blood, died, and their families received nothing. Some of their families actually received a deportation. And you want to sit here and cry. I'm pissed, Carl. I'm sorry. You want to sit here and complain like the Maundry goblins y'all are. Like, you goddamn much want to sit here and complain about the Hispanic brothers sitting here as immigrants, the Haitian brothers, turn them away. We ain't forget about that. You turned the Haitians away.
Right.
After what you've done to their land, after what you've done to them as a people, you're going to turn them away. You're going to look down on them when you pass by them on the subway. You're going to look down at them when you pass by them at the police station. When they got more right to this land than you ever will.
Right.
When black people built this land and you look down on them. The Native American Indians built your skyscrapers, man. There would be no America without black and brown people.
Damn right.
That's why the scriptures say we were oppressed together. We were oppressed. The damn Afghanistanis were at war with you for over 50 years, since the time of the Cold War. Who was at war with them? You helped them. You aided them. You taught them how to fight. Then they went and fought against you. Then you brought them here and you gave them gas stations. You gave them checks, Section 8. The Ukrainians, they started going to war, Carl, against Russia. Damn, that's wrong. They got housing. They got free educations in their schools. But the Hispanic brothers, they got to sleep on park benches. They got to sleep on the floor of the police station. And you want to sit here like the Hispanic brothers got it so good. When they suffer right there with you, black man, Native American man, that's why you got to show your love. Now's a time more than ever that black and brown people got to come together. We got to show our unity, our love for each other, because that's what Christ prescribed. He didn't command you to love these white oppressors. He didn't command you to love the Chinese, the Arabs, because they love each other. The Chinese, they're going to stand for the Japanese. You better believe it. Asians going to stand for the Asians. They got a whole anti-hate bill signed. They came together, man. You get federal charges. That's hate crime. If you joke about them, you say something about Wuhan or coronavirus, you get charges put on you, brother. But for how long have they mocked the Native Americans? Right. You got the Chiefs, the Indians, the Black Hawks. You mocked them. You slaughtered these people, and then you made mascots out of them. You know what I'm saying? Oh, come on. Like they do the same with black people. Like, and you sit here and you think you're not gonna face judgment. You got something to say, bro?
No, what you were saying so heavy about the Asian people, like whatever he is, the head of China, the president, or whatever they call their titles, he addressed it. He addressed all of them. He addressed the Japanese, the North Koreans, the South Koreans. He addressed all of them. He said, look, even Taiwan, he said, this is the time for us to come together with each other. Don't let the West fool you into thinking that you're going to be in alliance with them.
That's the point.
He's like, this is the time for all of us. And it just showed that, like, even with their differences that they have within their own families or whatever the case, I don't know what they label themselves or whatever the case may be, but at the end of the day, they know how to get money with the West, but they also know that the West is their enemy. They know this. They are very aware of this. Meanwhile, like you said, we on the front line dying for them, and then you come back from a war, you didn't got your arm blown off, and they waiting to deport you. Your family already got deported. What you don't know, your family got deported the day they sent you over there. You don't even know it. Hey, you wonder why you can't contact your wife and be like, what's going on? The moment they put you on a plane to go over in the Middle East, your family was being picked up and shipped back home. It's just that simple. And it's coming out now. You can't stop it. It's like when you got the water running in the sink and you just letting the water run over in the cup. It's gonna come out. They aware of it. That's why they didn't want TikTok to flourish. It's because the information that's at hand. The difference of, even though we all got difference of opinion, we all kind of have the same issue with the same devil.
That's the point. We
all got the same issue with this. Even they own people got an issue with it.
Like, that's the point. Again, when prison officer Carr is saying it's so heavy, like, we as a people, like, we're the only ones that can't see the lines being drawn in the sand. Like the Middle East, they coming together. The Asians, they coming together. You know what I mean? They trying to take Taiwan back for themselves because they know that they belong with them. Right? You know what I'm saying? But us as black people, Native American people, Hispanic people, we're still trying to love America. It's like you keep holding on, but you gotta realize it's like grabbing a hot frying pan. You ever grabbing a hot frying pan where it is not sit correctly and it's on the stove burning the wrong way, and you grab it, you just like, that's what's gonna happen to you, black people, Hispanic and Native American people. If you don't let go of the pot, you're gonna get burnt. That's what you don't realize. And the burnt ain't just gonna be a little 3rd degree, 2nd degree on your hand. It's gonna be your eyes burning out your socket. Because wars coming to America. What you think you're seeing right now is buildup. You think 9/11 was something, man? 9/11 ain't gonna be nothing compared to what's about to be faced here in America. storefronts are about to not have bread. Things you took for granted. You remember that little piece of bread at the end, little booty bread nobody want to eat. The little booty bread, everybody throw it away. Nobody eats it. Man, you're gonna wish we had that bread that one day, man. I'm telling you right now. You got some picky kids that don't like eating beans. You know, I'm like, they gonna wish they had them beans in those days. You got some picky people out here that don't be eating from cans. You're gonna want some canned food that day. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna think about all the food and water you took for granted, because there's gonna be a day where those resources are gonna be scarce. Because America's about to go to war. You're gonna have to decide. You're not gonna have to fight for America. You don't have to do that. Your warfare is not you picking up a rifle and going to the Middle East, going to Russia, going to fight them. Right. You know what your warfare is you fighting here with a Bible in your hands. That's right. Against the philosophies of America for your brothers, man. To set your people free. Blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians. Our battle is getting our people off of drugs. Are helping our brothers and sisters on the reservation with their mental health. That's our battle. Is getting sisters off of stripper poles. Right. Or getting them off of OnlyFans and prostituting. That's our warfare. That's our warfare, Car. That's right. The scriptures say it's not a grievous thing. The laws are not grievous. We can do this. But we're going to have to want to do it. We can't follow Al Sharpton. He's not going to get us there. We can't follow Jesse Jackson. He's not going to get us there. We can't follow these chiefs and elders you love so much. They're not going to get us there. Right. But Commander Johanna, he set up men that will get us there. That's right. We got men like Captain Marquardt, he set up. Brothers like Captain Debar Moth. That's right. Captain Napataza Alabon. He set up all these mighty men all across not only the United States, we in Europe now. We in Mexico, we in the islands, we're in Canada, we're all over the place. Why? Because these are the people that are going to be able to lead black people out of this hellhole. That's right. And Commander Johanna was able to get it done through what he learned from his teachers, to what they learned from Christ. This is a spiritual journey right now. That's why the scriptures say our warfare is not carnal. Yeah, brothers go to the gun range. Yeah, brothers has got best. They're all for self-defense to protect what we have with our families, to protect this nation. When it comes down to it, this battle in America, it's not going to be won how the Proud Boys thought. Yeah, that cat Enrique, he doing about 22 years, man. He on federal charges. I did not see no one else that raided that goddamn Capitol building get that much time. But they want him for 22 years. Now, why do you think that is? Is it because he's the leader of the Proud Boys, or is it because he's a Puerto Rican? I'm gonna go with he's a Puerto Rican. You know what I'm saying, Car? Like, you gotta realize, man, America's not for you. You may have it at the end of your name, Mexican American, African American, Native American. That means they own you. Right. And it doesn't mean you're a part of it. It means they own you. You're property of. You're the native of America. Right. You're the African of America. You're the so-called Mexican of America. You belong to these people. And the way to set yourself free, man, is only in these scriptures. Can you give me Baruch, the 4th chapter, verse 1? Because I'm going to show you what it is, man. The Lord prophesied this in the Bible. They think it ain't in the Bible, man. Huh? They think slavery and everything. I hate when people say it to me. Back in the day, I used to think it was deep, but people were like, man, if God, you know, is all powerful and all knowing, how come he didn't stop slavery? Cats think they got you there, man. They be like, man, if God loves, you know, the world and loves black people and Hispanic people, no, they're what they used to love to say. They're like, if God loves everybody, he must hate black people. He must hate Hispanic people because he ain't do nothing when we got put into slavery. Guess what, man? He did. He let you go into slavery, right? As a lesson, like any father would. Like if Car's a father, man, you can testify for this, man. If your son does something, man, are you gonna allow him to stay in your house and abide with everything you give him if he's not abiding by your laws and rules you put down in your house? No. That's the point. You're gonna say like, and some of y'all do. Y'all gotta rethink your lives, man. Y'all gotta grow a goddamn backbone and tell them kids what to do. Because y'all so destroyed in America, we don't even know how to be proper parents anymore.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Like, if you got a son and he's completely disobedient and you don't tell him he gotta go, you don't really love your son. Because you rather see him destroyed than see him act right. Sometimes the only thing you can do is throw them out. Because then they'll realize, dang, this ain't a game. And God experienced life. And three things gonna happen. One, he's gonna continue messing up even on the streets, and Lord be with him after that. Two, he's gonna say, all right, I gotta get my life together. He's gonna push and he's gonna hustle and he's gonna do what he gotta do to make it in the world. Or number one, he'll say, you know, maybe it wasn't that bad at my dad's house. Maybe I could have paid the water bill. Maybe I could have not came in so late. Maybe I could have helped him around the crib. And I'm gonna go back, see if he lets me in. You as a father, is you not gonna let him back in? That's your son, man.
Right.
If you willing to get right, are you not gonna let him back in? And that's the father we got.
Right.
That's why he calls us his father. I mean, that's why he calls us his children, and we call him our father.
That's right.
Because he's merciful, man. He's willing to forgive. You just gotta come correct. And it's not just good enough you come correct, I come correct, he comes correct. This nation got to come correct. We got a mission. That's why Commander Jayhana stresses so much about brotherhood and Isupk. This is about our nation getting together, man. This is about not only black people in the ghettos.
Right.
This ain't just about the Mexicans in Mexico, the Salvadorians too, the Puerto Ricans. It's not just about the brothers here in America. It's about the brothers in Canada. And it's not just about them, it's about the brothers and sisters on the reservations. That's our problem. We're suffering all across the world. We got work to do.
Right.
We got work to do, man. We got a lot of work to do. And while they out there fighting their wars, putting their money to their wars, we got war to fight right here behind enemy lines.
That's right.
To free blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians.
That's right.
Go ahead, brother. If you could, give me that verse.
The book of Baruch, chapter 4, and verse 1.
Go ahead.
This is the book of the commandments of God and the law that endured forever.
The law that what?
Endured forever.
Go ahead.
All they that keep it shall come to life.
All them that what?
All they that keep it shall come to life.
We keep these laws, statutes, and commandments the Lord has commanded unto us, has given us. We're going to find life. You get what I'm saying? We're going to live long. Brothers always make jokes about Moses living to this crazy age. He'd be like, oh, not Moses, who was Noah? Noah living to damn, I think it was like 900 something. He's like, man, I want to live like Noah. I want to be able to live that long. Be able to do that, brother, if you follow these laws, statutes, and commandments, and we able to gut ourselves right once again. Like, you can't expect God to work for you if you're not working for God. That's not how it works. Same with your father. You think you're gonna sit there and ask your father, like, you gotta think like a child when it comes to dealing with the Most High. Like, he's your father. Right? If you're a child, you don't get to tell your father what he does. Like, hey man, I want this new Xbox. You're gonna give it to me. Because I'm asking for it. And you're gonna look, your dad gonna look at you and slap you upside the head. Like who are you talking to, man? Like, am I right or wrong, Carl? Back me up too. No. If your son come up to you talking about, like, yeah, man, I want the new Jordans. That 14 just came out. Run them. I'm asking for them. Like, that's how you cats look out here asking the Lord for something. And you not giving nothing back to him. You out here still getting high. You out here still popping whores. You out here killing your brother in the streets. And you gonna sit here and ask the Lord, please, let me not go to jail. Let me not have to deal with this child support. You think the Lord's gonna have mercy on you? And the Lord told you not to do these things? Right. You're on child support because you slept with a whore. He told you not to sleep with whores. You about to go to jail because you blew a brother's brains out when he told you to love your brother. You get what I'm saying? Go ahead, Carl. You had something to say?
No, what you were saying so heavy about being a father. Now, I'm talking to a brother yesterday. He come with this whole polite spirit.
Oh Lord.
Because me and his brother, I mean, he a decent brother, so we get in these discussions. Of course, he don't follow the Bible, but he know I'm Isupk. So he always got these questions he want to ask me when we meet up to see each other. So the first thing I said, so man, I see you. What happened to your boy? He started laughing. I said, hey, I'm just saying that this your man. Before he just got jammed up last year, you telling me that this the guy that know what he talking about.
Right.
Okay, now you telling me here you come talking about some y'all need to hold y'all God accountable. I said, yeah, I said, here you go. The polite spirit. I said, but if you tell your son to do something and he don't do it, do you punish him? Well, I wouldn't sit. I said, I didn't ask you if you would send him off. I said, if you tell him not to do something and he do it anyway, what are you gonna do? I'm gonna punish him. I said, so what are you talking about when it comes to the Most High? The Most High could do whatever he want to do. This is his. You're talking like you get to question him and you don't. The only reason he let you stand there and breathe because he know he gave me a job to try to help you. Other than that, you might drop because you so disrespectful, but you don't even know it. And I'm not even leading you that way. I'm trying to reason with you and help you understand. Watch your tongue. Watch your tongue. Because when something go wrong, where's your power? I said, where was Polite's God that keep him out of prison? His God was asleep on that day. He said, oh, you wrong. I said, no, I'm not. Because he the one took a Bible and went and shot it up like an idiot, making a mockery. But he wants you to respect what he believes.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you right now, man. He was saying in the free world, as they like to say in the penitentiary, in the free world, he was saying the black woman's God. Prison, something you gonna say a black man named Tony is God? You understand? Like, brother, you done messed up. And you Egyptology cats, you gotta realize that thing done and dead away with. It's like a gang that can't rep their colors no more. You better not come around repping them no more. Y'all is dangerous for y'all. Y'all gotta go in hiding. Go in hiding. Drop your flags. Take the unk off. Take them little poofy things y'all were wearing. Bury them 6 feet deep, man. All the memorabilia, hide them. Because Egyptology, all these religions are going to be done the same way as what you don't realize. Christianity, it's been falling apart. I laugh when people tell me when they're Christian. I should probably shut up. I ain't gonna lie to you, Carl. That's a bad habit of mine. Especially when they're big, tough cats, and yeah, I'm gangster, I'm this, I'm that. Yeah, man, I'm GD, I'm big Lord. You know, I'm King Love. Yeah, bro, I go to church every Sunday. I love Jesus. Jesus loves the little children. I just look at you like you a sucker. So or I love when they tell me, I felt the spirit. I fell out a few times. I look at them, man, car. I be wanting to laugh in their face, man. I have to hold my composure because that's all Christianity is a laughing show. Catholicism, a laughing show. Egyptology, a laughing show. Nothing can compare to the laws of these Bibles. Right. If you actually read and pick it up, nothing can compare to that. And that's why you don't like the Isupk. Right. Because we're a school, we teach you. We don't sit here and give you a song and dance. We make you sit down, grab a pen and a notepad, and learn what the Bible's actually talking about. That's right. We don't come out and say, all right, everybody. All right. Everybody get up. Lord revealed something to me today. Carl, if we ever come on, please let me know. If a brother comes up and saying, all right, Lord revealed something on me today. He said somebody in here is losing hair. You know, I'm telling you not to stress out about that. We all get bald-headed sometimes. You know, like, that's all Christianity is. It's a hype show. It's your fix. It's your drug. You got to go there every Sunday pay your fee so you can get your next high.
Right.
So you can listen to your pastor give you his next spiel and shuck and jive. Up in here, we're not here to give you a spiel, a song and dance. We're here to give you the thing you hate the most, the truth.
That's right.
The truth hurts, man. You ever had to sit down again? You gotta keep comparing it to a father and son, because that's what the whole Bible is a father talking to disobedient children.
Right.
You ever had a serious conversation with your father? Maybe you didn't have a father, an uncle,
Right.
grandfather. You ever had to sit down with them and have a serious conversation, man? And sit down and have something that, even though it's painful, it's hurtful, you sit there and conversate. You sit there and talk about women. You sit there and talk about jobs, money, children. And your father going to let you know things are not sweet in this life. And it's the same thing when it comes to the Lord. It's not an easy thing. His laws are not grievous. But the way we live here in America, it's not an easy way to turn away from the American lifestyle.
Right.
The American lifestyle is pouring through the walls. Again, it's everywhere. It's in the music. It's in your TV shows. Hell, even, who was it? Was it Jeezy or Jay-Z that said, he said, my president is black, but my Lambo's blue. Jeezy, sir. So Jeezy, that was my guy once upon a time, Carl. Hey, he said, I got the Mac 11 and the snub nose. I felt that when he said my president's black, my Lambo's blue. I couldn't ride with that one, man. I was like, what this guy talking about, man? Like, this is what you fought for. You got the most gangster cats promoting the president. And that's how you look out here promoting Christianity. If you out here loving on Christianity, going to Sunday service, doing all that, you doing nothing but riding for the oppressor. That's our problem. Juana, brother, I appreciate it. Our problem as blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians, we don't realize we are in the religions and philosophies of those that hate us. That's why the Lord says right here, the commandments are life. Everywhere else, the scriptures say, everywhere else is the ways of death. I'm paraphrasing. Everything that is not this book are the ways of death. That's why plight is in prison. That's death, man. You tell brothers right now, you can talk to brothers that go to the penitentiaries. They seek death rather than being in that hellhole, man. That's ways of death right there. Christianity allows you to get high and smoke weed. Wait till your lungs collapse, young fella. You're going to see that's the ways of death. Christianity, you say you can divorce and marry who you want to marry. I mean, you won't sleep with the wrong brother's wife. He going to pour a double-barrel shotgun to the back of your skull. You're going to see that's the ways of death. All these religions, philosophies, creeds, whatever they are the ways of death. And here only is the ways of life. If you could, continue reading that scripture, brother.
Come. But such as leave it shall die.
But such as what?
Such as leave it shall die.
But if you leave these laws, statutes, and commandments of the Lord, you're going to die. It's just plain and simple like that. That's why we've been dying here for so long in America. Skip down to verse 6. I'm going to show you the proof.
Come. The book of Baruch, chapter 4, verse 6. Ye were sold to the nations.
You were what?
Sold to the nations.
You were sold to all these nations, all these different white people, these French, these Europeans, these British, these Americans, whatever they want to call themselves. Now we're even sold to the Chinese. The East Indians, we don't realize there's East Indians setting up gas stations on the reservations.
Right.
Yeah, the car made me want to lose my mind. A lot of these cats, you think that own casinos and that are, we Native American, they really $5 Indians. Cats that bought the land for $5 and now claiming to have rights to the land. That should piss you off. You look at the reservation, all the starvation, all the destruction, and there's a big old casino right there. Cat living good. And guess what? With all that starvation and poverty, cats are still finding a way to go gamble. Feeding and thriving off the reservation. You know what I'm saying, Carl? We were sold to this nation. For what? Go ahead, read it again.
Ye were sold to the nations.
Go ahead.
Not for your destruction.
Now the Lord said it. I let this happen. But I didn't let it happen to you for your destruction. Now, this for all you cats out there that be like, well, if God, is all knowing and all this and that, how come he ain't stopping slavery? Because you had to go through it. You had to go through a while to realize there is nothing greater in this life than the law, statutes, and commandments of the Lord.
That's right.
There's nothing else that can come between you and God. You got to realize the Lord got to show you it's his way or no way. Straight like that. There is no second option. So he's trying to show you right here. He said, I didn't sell you to these people. I didn't let this happen to you because I want you to be destroyed. Just like any father.
Right.
How many times a father got to tell man that I don't want to do this, man? Y'all think y'all like doing like children think you do, but no one wants to put their child on punishment. You wish you could let your kid run around all day and do what they got to do.
Right.
And then you ain't got to worry about them, car.
Right.
Run around, watch their TV, play their games, go out when they want, and trust them that they do the right decision. But then when they don't, and you punish them, you sit there, you really gonna make me do this, man? You really gonna make me have to do this? It's the same with the Lord. The Lord didn't want to throw us into slavery. We didn't learn. To this day, we're still trying to love after their philosophies, religions, after they destroyed us.
Right.
After they damn near completely exterminated us.
Right.
Go ahead.
Come. But because ye moved God to wrath.
Because we made our father angry. Made him angry, just like any dad. If you were black and Hispanic and Native American, and you had the privilege of a father being in your household, guess what? You know what this is like to make your dad mad.
That's right.
To have your mother tell you, wait till your dad gets home.
Right.
Some of the scariest words you can hear as a child. Like, damn, what you think he gonna do? They sitting in there contemplating, rubbing their hands together, like, well, maybe if we wash the dishes, he won't be that mad. Maybe we go clean the yard real quick. Oh no, he's still gonna be mad. You better believe it. The Lord, you move the Lord's wrath here in this land, trying to follow the ways of the heathen. Here's the greatest thing of it all. He sent his son to die.
Right.
Now, like, that's what we got to remember. Like, that's the good news. That for every drug dealer out there, every drug addict, every prostitute, every sister with an OnlyFans, every brother that ever slept with a married man's woman, with a married man's woman, a married woman, any brother that sat out there and sold drugs to innocent children, any brother that done all this evil, like we've all done evil. He sent his son to die for you, man.
Right.
He ain't sent them for the children of Christopher Columbus. He didn't.
Right.
He sent them for the children of Nat Turner, for the children of Sitting Bull, of Geronimo, of Zapata. That's who he sent them for, man. Because he knows that's who needs it.
That's right.
That's who needs the forgiveness. They don't need forgiveness. They living good. They got the greatest military to walk the face of the earth. So great that they exterminated everybody in their path. That's why they so scared of Russia right now, because Russia's about to come head to head. They about to meet them in combat. Go ahead.
Come on. But because ye moved God to wrath, ye were delivered unto the enemies.
You was what?
Delivered unto the enemies.
Break that down if you could, bro.
So like it, sir, it's like you was just bringing out a minute ago with the slavery and everything. Like, we had to go through this because this is your punishment. You don't want to listen, then you're gonna be punished. So you're gonna slave for your enemies. You're gonna work for peanuts for a people who hate your guts. You're gonna live in constant fear of a people that ain't even as mighty as you if you were following your father.
That's the point. Like I don't understand it. Like, you look at the Native Americans, black people, Hispanic people, we're warrior people, man. Native Americans, warriors. You can see the old cowboy flick. Even they knew the Native Americans were warriors.
Right.
The remnant, we just saw that the other day, man. It was displaying them as killers they were. Native Americans, like the guerrilla warfare tactics you see a lot of these special operations forces use in America's military, they learned that from the Native Americans. Like, if you watch, what movie was it? The Patriot. You ever seen The Patriot? It's an old movie from like the 90s. Old movie. And it's about this cat that ends up fighting the British during the Revolutionary War. And the way he fought was using guerrilla warfare, and he taught the Minutemen, which was America's militia at the time.
Mhm.
He taught them how to outsmart the British, because at the time of the Revolutionary War, 1800s, 1700s, these cats, they would fight in war, they would all stand in the line and shoot. You've seen that before, right? They'd all form called a firing line. They would all form the firing line and shoot. And that isn't strategic or tactical. Native Americans, they had less numbers and less firepower. So they would set up ambushes. So while you over here walking, ready to set up your line, they all around you shooting at you from six different directions.
Mm.
You don't know where to aim at. You know what I'm saying? You shooting over here the whole time. We got brothers behind you, brothers to the side. He ended up using that when he fought the Native Americans and taught that to the militias that were fighting the British. And now guess who uses it? The Navy SEALs. SEAL Team 6, Delta Force. They learned that from the Native Americans. You don't hear them getting credit. You think the Native Americans weak. Black people, man. All you gotta tell you, man, Kimbo Slice. Man, y'all wasn't there from them old Kimbo Slice videos, man. He was messing everybody up. See, something was wrong with him, man. That cat, he was something else. Tyson, we even gotta talk about it. We even gotta talk about Carl. Cesar Chavez. Like, come on. We dominate everything we do. Football just came back. Some of the greatest ones we got out there. Justin Fields. Bears suck, but Justin Fields, you know, he might be our saving grace. You know what I'm saying? Right. Bears suck, but Justin Fields might come around. You want to know why? Because he comes from the holy bloodline of Jacob. God damn it.
That's right.
That's what we don't realize. Like, these people, like Carr said, they ain't as mighty as you. They can't see you one-on-one. But because we lost our father, we lost his favor, now they're over us.
Right.
Now these people that ain't even fit to tie your shoes, man, they over you. They ruling over you as a people and mocking you every day. And they crying, they want you to cry over their downfalls, over their casualties. But when it comes to their bloodshed of you, their crimes against you, they don't blink an eye. They don't think about it, Carl. You know, like, that's why when I go to camp, man, before I go to camp, I tell brothers like this all the time. If you could, grab the book Black Indians in the bookshelf. I want to finish off there. Because like I said, the theme of this class topic is black and brown. We can't forget that unit. But we can forget 9/11. But this is what I'm trying to say right here. Blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians. The war we fight in here is a war for ourselves. It's a war to make sure Blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians gain freedom. And we're not going to gain freedom fighting for America. We're not going to gain freedom standing up for these people, crying for their cries, crying for their downfall. Only Blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians, we have to care about one another. We got to forget about 9/11. We got too much death amongst our own community to be worried about their death. Let them mourn 9/11. Let them mourn the Pearl Harbor and Boston bombings and all that garbage. Let them mourn for that. But let us mourn the true Holocaust, the transatlantic slave trade, Thanksgiving, July 4th. These are days of our mourning. They want to sit here and celebrate and make it look like.
Do it say Black Indians?
Yeah, it should say Black Indians on there.
It's a big one or small?
It's a smaller one. I think it's right there by Designer Man's compact one. Above where the Bibles are at, the Black Bibles are at, to the left. I think it's right there. Down.
Right.
Yeah. I think that might be it. Well, that ain't it. He said it on the side. It's an old book, man. I want to get into it because you know it's one of my favorite books of all time. Black Indians. If you haven't read it out there, you definitely should. Can't. I ain't no sweat. Come back, call. We're gonna wrap it up with one more scripture then. Ooh. Let's get Psalms 110. I know I'm making you pull crazy scriptures. 100 and chapter 110, verse 5. Carl looking at me like 110. Damn, sir. It better be heavy.
I'm pretty sure it's heavy.
You know what I mean? But I wanted to pull this part, Black Indians. If you got it at home or you want to look up the PDF, I believe it's page 13. But it goes into why they had to divide and sell Blacks and Latinos and Native Americans off from each other. They got to treat us differently as Blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians. You read in Black Indians the diverse ways they did against us. Us as a people here in America, Blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians were separated. The way they separated us, it touches about it heavily in Black Indians. Like the whole book is about them separating and dividing us. If you read page 13, and from there on, I believe the first 2 chapters, it talks about when they first divided Black people, Hispanics, and Native Americans. And they said that there's no bigger ditch they can make between us because they know we would come together. And they know us coming together, like it was just a natural thing of us coming together. Like we don't know that Native Americans were riding on slave plantations to free Black people. That's history they don't teach. They love teaching about slavery. They love teaching all this about the Native Americans being savages, but they never teach that Native Americans fought to free Black people.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like they want to talk about all the Native Americans owned slaves once upon a time. Well, guess what? A lot of them did that to free Black people. Right. If I claimed to have you as a slave, they wouldn't mess with you because it would be me owning you as onto the Cherokee Nation and different nations at that time. You know what I'm saying? America would, for some reason, respect that in a certain way.
Right.
So if you got Black Indians at home, or you want to read it on your own time, I believe it's page 13 where it says they can't divide nations enough. So y'all should definitely read in on that. We ain't got the book here. We definitely gonna have it for y'all next time. But we're gonna end off with this verse right here. The brother Carl's about to read.
You said verse 5, sir?
Verse sounds right. Verse 5. Yeah, read it.
Con, the book of Psalms 110, verse 5. The Lord at thy right hand shall strike through kings.
Shall what?
Strike through kings.
Shall what?
Strike through kings.
The Lord through his wrath is going to strike through kings. Who do you think those kings are, man? Go ahead, Carl.
Like it, sir. Those would be the men in the Isupk and the Commander General, Your Honor.
Read a little more. You may understand.
Come on, sir. The Lord at thy right hand shall strike through kings in the day of his wrath.
Do you understand it a little more?
Come, sir.
What do you think it is?
That's like it, sir. That would be when Christ returned with 200 million angels.
That's the point. He's going to strike through kings, meaning what? He's going to bring down kings. He's the kings of this earth. He's going to bring them down. He's going to strike through them, man. Right. It's prophesied in the Bible. The Lord's going to show you he's going to take down these rulers of this earth. All the presidents, the kings, the queens, prime ministers, whatever y'all got out there, generals, colleagues, vice presidents, Senate leaders, all these people that you think are somebody that are sent here to protect you as a nation or a people, they're going to be struck down. The Lord's going to strike through kings in his days of wrath. Meaning when he returns, he's going to bring down these religious leaders. He's going to bring down these politicians. You want to know why? Because for 500 years here in America, no one has spoken up except for the Isupk under Command Jay Hunter.
That's right.
For the downfall of blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. No one has spoken up against the crimes that have been committed against us, except for the Isupk. Go ahead, brother.
God, verse 6. He shall judge among the heathen.
He shall what?
Judge among the heathen.
He won't judge white people. You better believe it, man. He's gonna judge y'all. Y'all thought y'all got away scot-free. He's gonna judge among the heathen. He's gonna say, you white oppressors over here, yeah, y'all going 1,000 years into slavery. You had black and Hispanics and Native Americans for 500. I'm throwing you in 1,000. Come on, get in line. You'll say, you East Indians, man. All right, y'all kind of did some, y'all kind of didn't. We do y'all good 500, call it even. You know what I mean? He's going to divide them up as spoils of war the same way you did us. You conquered us. Like, white people love saying that. When you bring up the downfall and slaughter that you've done to us, they love being like, oh, but y'all lost the war. You know, like, y'all just sore losers. No, y'all just sore winners. And we're going to be the same way when Christ returns.
Damn right.
When Christ wins and he wipes out, he says, in 1 hour, everything's going to be exterminated. All your powerful militaries and structures you think are so great, wiped out. You don't look like Judgment Day, man. They don't look like Terminator 2. Everything just burnt up. Little rats and gremlins that are left hiding in bunkers, we're going to pull y'all out like Saddam Hussein. When y'all found him hiding, they pulled him out with the AKs all to his grill and everything. That's how the angels are going to do y'all. Angels are going to pull y'all out the bunkers. Like, oh, you thought you got out? The swords to your neck. Bringing you in front of Christ our King. And you won't see that these niggas on the street corner was right.
Right.
These savages on the street corners were right.
Right.
These spicks and wetbacks were right. Go ahead, brother.
God. He shall judge among the heathen.
He shall what?
Judge among the heathen.
Go ahead.
He shall fill the places with the dead bodies.
He shall what?
Fill the places with the dead bodies.
You like that one, car. You're going to fill these places with the dead bodies. America is going to be filled with bloodshed. And it ain't going to be ours. Or it ain't going to be ours. Your hands got too much blood in it. Don't worry. Christ's going to cleanse it with your blood. He's going to let your blood and your bodies fill the streets. You want to know why? Because you built your streets over the blood and bones of the Native Americans, over the slaves of black people, black slaves of America, over the Hispanics, man. Because you got little Hispanic babies in dog cages at the border. Because you got them sitting in the police station like they're animals, man. And you sit here and you mock them and you look down on them. God's got something for you. We're going to look down on you. The angels start killing. The Christ ain't coming back for hugs and kisses. I know you want to believe he is. You want to think that, car. Y'all keep on believing that. Christ said his vesture, his white, it's going to look like it was dipped in blood. You know what I'm saying, car? When you spill some blood on you, you get a cut or something, it spills on your shirt, kind of look pink. How much bloodshed he's going to have to do for it to turn red? It's going to be like it died. You'll be able to wring it out. It's going to be so much blood. And that's going to be for blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans only. Go ahead, brother. Any more on that?
A little bit more, sorry.
Go ahead.
He shall wound the heads over many countries.
Ooh, he shall what?
Wound the heads over many countries.
Oh, your Donald Trumps, your Joe Bidens. They was crying over the Queen earlier, huh? Then the Queen died about a year ago. They lost their goddamn minds, car. You would have thought Prince died or some shit. I like your my language, but they thought it was the end of the world. The Queen died. It's gonna be something when Christ sends his angels to wipe out all your leaders. And it's not me saying that, it's the Bible.
Right.
He's going to wound the heads of many countries. All these people you think are something, God's going to wipe them out. And it's going to be justice, man. Any more on that car?
Verse 7, if you want it.
Goes into it.
Not really. I mean, it started going. I think 6 is the point. You made it with the point with 6.
That's the point right there, man. That Christ is coming back to free blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. He's going to do it with bloodshed. I know you don't want to believe it, but that's how America got bloodshed.
Right.
So your kingdom, for it to be recompensed to you, it got to be founded with bloodshed as well.
That's right.
You know, I'll do the evil. You know, even the playing fields, Carl. You killed a few, you know, it's like they said back in the day, you killed a few of my men, I killed a little bit of your men. The thing is, Christ's going to make sure you never get even again.
Right.
You want to do overkill to his people, he's going to wipe your people out. He's going to wipe what America you think you see today, you better enjoy it. Max out your credit cards, man. Go do 90 off the highway. Go live it up. Go to rooftop bars. I don't know what y'all do. I don't know what these devils do. Go play golf. I don't know. Go enjoy it. Go live it up. Go walk out every day of your crib and just breathe the air. Just take a good whiff.
Right.
Because it's going to be a day where it's going to be nothing but burnt brimstone in there. I pray we understand.
That's right.
And God's going to do it for you, Black, Latino, and Native American, Indian, man, woman, and child.
I'm right.
For that day to come, you as a people, we got to come back to our power. We got to come back to laws, statutes, and commandments that he commanded unto us. And the only way you're going to do that is through getting right with the Most High. And the only way you're going to be able to do that is getting in the ISUPK. Start tuning in the classes. Start learning. Wherever you at, we got classes everywhere, man. This is the place where you're going to get right. Christian church can't save you. Mosque can't save you.
Right.
You know, like, car back me up here. We know for a fact now Egyptology can't save you. If you want your kids molested, go to Egyptology. Hey, now you tired of your so-called spiritual leaders molesting your kids, all up in the videos, shooting up the Bibles. You sick of that, man? Come to One West.
Damn right.
You suck of your pastor sleeping with your wife.
That's right.
Taking, man, she cooking all your food in the goddamn kitchen. You coming in there, you think she making you some hot potato pie. She making him hot potato pie. Right. I've never been through that situation. I'm glad I haven't, because I don't know if I'll be able to react the right way, Carl. I pray we understand. The right way to walk out. How will I be able to walk out from that one, brother? I'm going to have to holler at Pastor, because there's an issue going on here. But Blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians, only way in the one school for you to come learn is the original school that was set up at the poor Israelites in 1969, which is the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. If you see anyone else out there perpetrating to be an Israelite, claiming to be an organization, they're all farce and a lie. The perpetrators. Right? You know, just like a cat you knew back in the day. What they call them? Wanksters. Y'all wanksters, man. Y'all ain't the real gangsters. Y'all ain't OGs. Y'all ain't the real priests. The real priests are in here. That's right. The rest of y'all some wannabes. Y'all fool. You know, this is the designer right here. You know, this is the deluxe. This is the Nike car. Like, damn, I used to wear food, man. Fat Farm and all that. I know. But not anymore, man. Nobody wearing that, all right, Mariah? Don't fight me after this. But with that, man, if anyone got any more questions or anything, we'll pass it on to Precinct Officer 1000 Car.